and welcome to A-Star Reads. I'm Amy, and I wanted to do the new booktuber tag because I thought, well, it would be fun, and I'm a new booktuber, and I thought it would be a good opportunity for you to learn a little bit more about me and see if you'd be interested in watching more of my videos. The first question is, why did you start this channel? I got into booktube recently. I was watching a lot of different booktubers, and I found out about the reading rush, which I thought would be a great challenge, and so I wanted to daily vlog that, and that's kind of why I started this channel. I actually have another channel, which is a travel vlog. It's called Amy the Ambling Adventurer, and because of COVID-19, I haven't been doing very much traveling, so I have not been very active on there. And this has been an opportunity for me to kind of get my video editing, video filming need fulfilled. So that's why I'm here. So the second question is, what are some fun and unique things that you can contribute to BookTube? So up until this point, I've been reading a lot of nonfiction books because I host a nonfiction book club here in Bellingham, Washington. And then when I was living in Austin, Texas, I was hosting one there as well. In the last few years, my reading interests haven't been very broad, and I've been kind of wanting to expand that. But what I can bring is a lot of nonfiction book knowledge, and I also read a lot of classics and have read a lot of classics, so I think I can contribute that a bit. But you'll also kind of get to see me experience a whole bunch of different genres I haven't read before or don't spend much time reading. I had never read any graphic novels until Reading Rush. And then I read Persepolis by Marjane Satrapi, and all of a sudden, my universe was expanded. So number 3, what are you most excited about for this channel? Honestly, I'm most excited about reading books and meeting people that love books as much as I do. I have always loved book clubs because I like discussing books with other people. And BookTube is sort of an extension of that. I feel I get to hear what other people think about books, and if they're interested, they'll be able to hear what I think about books, and I think that that's exciting. And then plus the connections you'll make with other people that love books as much as you. I really truly believe that you can't appreciate a book as fully as you can possibly appreciate it until you hear other people's perspectives on the same subject. So I'm really excited about having conversations with you and other people about the books that we're reading. Number 4, why do you love reading? Well, I mean, I love reading for all the obvious reasons. It's an escape into a different world. You learn different things about different cultures and people. But then I also feel like reading in general is an amazing opportunity for growth. Growth as a person because of what you read, but then also growth for your imagination and also just what you believe is possible in life. I really think reading is a doorway into a lot of opportunities. Question number 5 is, what book or series got you into reading? And I'll be honest, I've read since I was very young, but the book that I remember the absolute most from my childhood was The Witch of Blackbird Pond by Elizabeth George Spear. And I read this in school. I think it was middle school, if I remember correctly, and I just loved it. Most of the kids were not interested because they just, you know, it was a school required book, but it just touched me in a lot of ways. I loved it so much. I loved the characters. I loved the ideas coming across through it. Someone being an outcast because she's different, learning how to overcome that and still live a fulfilling life. That book just made me feel a lot of feelings when I was younger. So then question number 6 is, what question would you ask your favorite booktubers? You know, I could ask what their favorite books are and whatnot, but of course I find that out by watching their booktube channels. One of the things that makes me hesitate sometimes, and this is a hesitation on YouTube in general, is how do you handle criticism well? Because I know that everybody has differences of opinions, and in a book club, people have differences of opinions, but you are face to face with them. So typically, people aren't as aggressive as they would be when you have a screen between the two of you. So I would wonder how someone might like me, who isn't necessarily a duck and can't let it easily roll off my back sometimes, how do you handle those criticisms to a point where you don't feel like you want to stop BookTube when, you know, controversies come up? What challenges do you think will be hardest to overcome when starting a new BookTube channel? And this is pretty easy for me. I am not amazing at social media. I can do YouTube, and I can be pretty good at getting things up onto my YouTube and being fairly consistent. However, I'm not very great at Instagram. I don't have a Twitter, and I know that those are very, very important medias to be using when you are starting a channel. And this is really for fun for me. I just want to do this to fulfill a part of myself that making videos for YouTube, doing BookTube, talking about books, having these discussions fulfills. And so It's not as essential for me to do the social media part of it, but I will attempt and I will try. I'm just saying that will be a challenge for me. When did you start reading? Well, I started reading very young. My mom has always been a reader, and she wasn't necessarily the kind of reader that read stories out loud as much, but she read a lot, and it encouraged me to read a lot because, you know, we'd have a lot of time where she'd be reading, and so then I'd pick up something and start reading. Reading was very natural for me. I loved doing it. I found excitement in this other world that you could get into even as a child. And so I've read ever since I was really young. I don't remember even what age I was when I started reading, but it happened early on. Question number 9 is, where do you read? I read everywhere. I read in my bed. I read on one of my favorite chairs in the living room. I love to read outside on my lounge as long as the sun's not beating down on me. I read in the car a lot in the sense that I listen to audiobooks quite a bit. So especially when I'm doing long drives, I really appreciate listening to audiobooks. It makes the time go much quicker. Those are my reading places. Question number 10 and the final question is, what kind of books do you like to read? I really like to read all different types of books. There aren't very many genres that I hate, that I can't stand at all, and I don't know if there aren't any actually that I would never ever read. Maybe some that I will generally go towards more than others. Like I said, I read a lot of nonfiction books. I have to read at least one a month for my book club. I read a ton of nonfiction books, of course, when I was in college. So nonfiction has been a big part of my life. Classics have always been something that I gravitate towards. I've always just really liked classic novels. I do like a certain amount of fantasy and sci-fi. Horror, I'm a bit interested in. I love literary fiction, so anything that makes you feel a lot of feelings tend to be the books that I gravitate towards also. I'm excited to get into more books. I've been expanding my horizons quite a bit through Booktube so far, and I expect that to happen quite a bit more going forward. So who knows? I can find out a lot about myself going forward. And I'm excited to find out where this takes me. So that's pretty much it for the new Booktube tag. I hope that gave you some information about me and my interests in book reading, and I hope you stick around for more videos. If you like what you saw here, click the like button and subscribe right now, and hit the notification bell so you know the next time my video comes up. I should be having one come up very soon after this, actually. So thank you very much for watching. Bye.